Oh yeah.
Kill,
Oh yeah.
kill him with kindness.
She's sat with me in some really tough moments, sitting in emergency rooms and hospitals and
Absolutely.
cancer centers, and like we're able to crack jokes and make each other laugh, and and sometimes it's deeper than that, and sometimes it's just holding my hand. You know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
like, so sometimes it's not even like maybe there's not a way out of feeling like this today, but I'm gonna sit with you.
Absolutely.
You don't have to sit in it by yourself.
Facts.
Yeah.
What about you, KK? How you tell people to miss you and all that?
I'm quick to remove myself from people because when I'm having a bad day and everything, everybody's just like, oh, I always gotta walk on eggshells with you, Michaela, this and that. It's always a problem when Michaela's having a bad day, so now I'm just selfish. You having a bad day? Okay, goodbye.
Man.
But like for my best friend is different. For people I really like hold up, like how we talked about in the last show. Literally, I have my 2 top chairs, and for them, just how Ashley said, we gonna sit in it. We just gotta sit in it. My best friend, she has her bad days where she's dealing with postpartum or whatever, and and I don't really know how to be there for her in a way because I don't got no kids or nothing, so I really don't know how to relate with any of that. But I just choose to sit there in that funk with her because I know it has to hurt more to not have no one there and sit in the funk.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing too, like when we do shut that down in the from the front, what I'm saying, like, do you realize what impact that done to you? And also it set a boundary, right? That we usually, some things that we overlook a lot too, our boundaries, right? But you're setting boundaries, saying that, today I don't need to, have that part of my life at all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just go ahead and take a break from this. And just think about that. If we have these conversations, right? If people have more of these conversations that we having right now, ain't this like a part of like the solution? You know what I'm saying? Is having communication is part of the solution, right? Is like talking about your feelings, letting people know how you feel, right? The shit I will talk
and keeping it real.
Absolutely.
So,
that's
many
why it's in the name. Keep it 100.
So many of these influencers and people who get on here and talk and podcast and whatever, we only see positive, the good stuff, and it I feel like it allows viewers and other people to think that like, damn, like these people don't experience bad days or have real shit happen to them, right? So I feel like talking about it, it allows people to be like, oh, I'm not alone feeling like this. I'm not weird for having these feelings or having a bad day or going through what I'm going through. And
that's the thing too, like keeping it 100 is a cure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hope that when you guys get older, you got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like you really, really, really tune into that. Keeping it 100 is not just for the person you're talking to keep 100 with. It's 100 with yourself, being 100 with yourself. See, people look at that slogan and like, oh, he gonna whatever he's talking about. No, it's about me. I keep it 100.
Right.
If you want to come and ask me for my opinion, trust me. Be careful what you ask for because I'm going to tell you my honest opinion because that's who I am. That's the essence of me. And another thing, and we can solve this solution that we talked about earlier is that what I told you guys about earlier, self-care, right? Self-care is not just, going like, Ashley, said, oh, I got my nails done the other day. She feeling Gucci by herself. Saying she got her feet done today. Oh, I'm feeling Gucci by myself. Saying that's self-care, right?
Yeah.
But it's also what you wanted to tell your old self, Ashley, your 18-year-old self. It's that mental.
Yeah.
It's your mind. Your mind is the most powerful thing in your body is that mind. Because that mind will deceive your heart. Right? It's one of the things that people should be working on first is that heart, but it's not in your mind because your heart is literally in your mind. Because your heart don't break. When people break your heart, it breaks your mind, right? It makes you do stupid shit. Keep calling him. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I love you, I miss you. That's that broke that heart, that broke that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going through things that you wouldn't usually go through, right? So your mind is not under, people say you didn't get your mind right. They don't say you don't get your heart right, because your heart is just a vessel. This is a pump that pumps blood through you, right? It doesn't have any feelings to it. Your brain does. Your essence.
I feel.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I agree with what you're saying, and I think.
Oh, you can disagree too.
I know that I can.
Let's go.
But I feel like being 100 is also, you need to be able, the first step of that, and I'm still working on it, and I only started actually being able to do this a couple years ago, but is accept who you are yourself and be proud of that. Because if you're proud of who you are, if you're 100% yourself, then someone could watch a video of you and go, oh no, that's who she is in person.
Facts.
Someone could hear a story about you and they're trying to spread gossip and, saying, oh, this is it. She's blah, blah, blah. She's not good, blah, blah, blah. Everybody else can hear it and be like, she's never done that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Facts.
And then that helps, prepare your mind and your heart to be like, yeah, people can say whatever. That's fine. That's your opinion of me, but I'm myself and I'm happy with who I am. And that's not going to change because you don't like it.
Yeah,
being unapologetically you.
Yes. When the last show we had, we were talking about relationships and friendships and stuff. And I said, the last, toxic relationship I got myself out, I went on a 2-year, self-care myself. And I remember I had a very dark moment, right? And I took some pills and I was done. I laid down, turned my phone off, and I was done. And I woke up and I was angry because I really didn't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? I was just sick of life. And I woke up and I was so fucking mad. That all transitioned to the man I am today because I went in the bathroom. Instead of putting blame on everybody else, I blame myself. You are the fucking problem, bro. And you got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired of yourself and not be you anymore. I didn't want to be that person I used to be. And so when I transitioned that look in my face, myself in my face and said, you are the fucking problem. You really put blame on yourself, and we really don't do ourselves. We don't really, when people hurt us, we don't blame ourselves. We blame them at first, right? But I was willing to tell myself the truth and say, you're a fucking idiot, bro. You're toxic. Yeah. Nobody wants to be around you. You just, you just think they want to be around you. You know what I'm saying? It's being honest with myself. And I came out that bathroom a new person. And I said, before I went in, I wrote on my bathroom window mirror. I don't know if you remember this, Michaela. I put a little sticky note up there and I said, #love yourself first. And that was on my mirror because every time I go in the bathroom, I look at that and I tell myself, love me. I love me some me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you don't love about me. Yeah, I love me some me. You feel me? And that's okay that you don't love me. It's okay because I love myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's not being conceited. That's not being, I'm a baddie. I'm this. No, that's being smart, right? Because you have to protect this at all time. And before you can give this away, you got to have this right. Right. You see what I'm saying? So many people give this away and they preserve this right here. They don't start talking their feelings. They don't tell people how they feel, and they allow people to treat them a certain way because they're afraid to say something to lose that person because you're following this and not this. Mm-hmm. You this got to tell this. You don't have to take that bullshit. I told my daughters, we said it in our last segment too. I told my daughter, I said, I raised you guys on the one command. You can do wrong by your fucking self. You don't need nobody to help you do wrong. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And I fed them that their whole life because it's hard, right? It's hard to let go people we love or we think we love, right? It's hard, right? Mm-hmm. And like these are the moments. These are the cures. You know what I'm saying? Having these conversations like this, it said it before. It said, no, it doesn't take a whole village, a whole world to fix this world. It takes just one person with a motherfucking opportunity to change and knowing that he can change by using what this creator gave to him.
Well, having self-love,
absolutely,
you're gonna the greater relationship you have with yourself, having that love for yourself, you're gonna naturally have better boundaries. Nice. And you're gonna protect yourself from things, right? you know, what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to accept, you know, just knowing your self-worth and how you deserve to be treated. You know, we're going to naturally, I call it taking out the garbage. You know, those things are going to just happen. It's going to occur naturally because of how heavy you fuck with yourself first, you know.
Absolutely.
But I feel like that's such a journey. Like, I really don't feel like you were talking about the programming. I don't think we're programmed. We don't start there.
No.
You know, like, I hear you, KK. I hear what you talk about, kind of what you're going through and experiencing. And like, it's so relatable. Like, when I was your age, I struggled so much with those things too. And the older I got and the wiser I got, and I hate to say it, but the more fucked up things I experienced, the more I learned and bounced back, and I was able to come back stronger and learn more about myself and have that better relationship with myself. You know what I mean? And I hate that it has to be that way. You know, I wish we lived in a society where we had that strength and that self-love from the beginning. You know, it's so unfortunate that we have to experience, you know, shitty relationships, abuse, bad friendships, like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, there was like up to like a certain like time in my life where I had stopped wearing mismatched socks, and I stopped wearing my hair however I felt like it, and I started to actually really care about how people thought about me. Is because when I started going to school, I no longer had my parents to protect me. So it was like, they can tell me all these things like, oh, like, you're beautiful, you're amazing, and this and that, but then, and you'll believe that because that's what you were surrounded with and listening to in the beginning of your life, was just the people that love you already. Now, when you go into a school with 10,000 different personalities and people that think that you should be wearing Gucci slides instead of Walmart slippers, like, I don't know when this became a whole big problem or big thing, but that's when I started to lose, like, you know, a lot of self-love, and I started to become very insecure. I remember I didn't even know I had a big chin until I went to like high school, and then some girl was just like, you like Natalie Nunn, and I was like, oh, and that really hurt my feelings. So now, like, in every picture I post, I try to hide my chin. It's like stuff like that, where I'm still at my age, I'm still trying to learn everything about self-love and to, like, you know, stop caring about how everybody feels and everything. It's a really tough battle. It really is, because I don't know. It's like, I tell myself, why do I care about these people? Why do I care about, like, why do they feel the need to bash me and down me? But it's just like hearing those negative words over and over again, or you're fat, or you're ugly. It's just like, you just really start to believe those things, and it's really hard to see the good in the world anymore.
And if I can, you know, bless you one gift, KK, is a book called 4 Agreements we talked about, right? You should read that book, because every time someone is saying something negative to you, they're only reflecting from their own selves. Mm-hmm. People like to redirect. People like to direct, you know, they like to say these, I'm ugly, so I'm going to tell this person they ugly. You know, say, I don't like what I do, so I'm going to tell this person I don't like what they do. It is redirecting. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't face themselves in that mirror, right? You know what I'm saying? And not because you're my daughter, you know what I'm saying? And not because, you know, I say this, I think everybody is beautiful. Seriously. I mean that. I'm not even saying that to be cat. I'm saying everybody's beautiful, because beautiful is not what you see on the outside. Beauty is the inside. So when I say I don't like your stink ass attitude, that's I truly don't like your stink ass attitude. You know what I'm saying? Because your attitude stink. You feel me? And so that way that's what you know, people are showing you, right? So like another thing, you know, that it's sad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to divert, you know, just, you know, keep this show going, but like it's really sad that people out there like that, right? Because I grew up. And I wasn't told, I wouldn't going around school bullying people and telling people that you ugly, blah, blah, blah. And this, I'm ugly. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was ugly, but you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I had zips on my face, you know, like so I wouldn't be redirecting that, because I'm true to myself, right? That's what you said. Be true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Recognize you, what you are, you know what I'm saying? So when you know that you look at yourself, you don't like, you know, this about yourself, then why would you want to tell somebody about themselves?
Just own it.
Yeah.
If someone can say, okay, well, I grew up hearing, you're a lot, you're too much, you're too loud. Okay, guess what? My mom told me one time, I went crying to her, and it was in 8th grade, and it was a horrible experience. I literally went from everyone being my friend to having 0 friends, because one person, we didn't get along. But that person had called me names, and I told my mom about it, and she goes, okay, so?
Facts.
And she's like, well, are you loud? Well, yeah. Well, are you kind of crazy and too much? Like sometimes? Yeah. Then own it. That's who you are. Exactly. And I was going to say, if someone said, oh, you got a big chin, guess what? You're eye-catching. Their gaze doesn't go over you. It stops on you and going, facts. Oh, wow. So,
and the craziest shit right now, and I'm glad you said that, own that shit, because one thing we didn't say, and I want to hear about, I would have said that the next day, and I asked you that question, what would you tell yourself when you're 18 yourself? You didn't say, hey, do your makeup better. Hey, do this, because nobody said no shit like that, right?
Listen, you know what? I just want to say this for KK, girl. I've been fat. I've been skinny. I've had long hair. I've had no hair. I've been, you know what I'm saying? Like all the things in between. Never perfect. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is. I've never had a problem catching a man. I've never had you know what I'm saying? Like these things that we put on ourselves, like it's so not real. It's not real life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the things that I remember the most about people is like the way they treated other people, the way they treated me. You know what I'm saying? Like that light that they bring into the world, your sense of humor. You know what I mean? No one's ever going to look back and be like, oh, I remember her because she had a big chin. Do you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're beautiful because of your heart. You know what I'm saying? And like nobody can tell you shit. And some of the best advice I ever got is like, there's a butt for every seat. You know what I mean? You might be too much for somebody, but you're going to be just right for the next person. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you ever feel inadequate, you just aren't with the right people. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't your people.
She 100% knows that. And I'm going to tell you something. And, she knows this. KK will tell you herself in her own words, I am beautiful. She's proud of herself. It just, things get to people. People say things, right? And what we just said earlier, you have to just knowing that that's people program, right? Mm-hmm. Because I know for sure I don't make no ugly babies. I know I'm 100% sure that I'm facts, right? But not even that. You know what I'm saying? Like I see her over here, she crying and she in her feelings about this. And like people may look at me like, why are you not consulting your daughter? Because my thing is I already know my daughter knows how beautiful they are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because I let them know from the beginning, you're a bad bitch. And don't let nobody else tell you different. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. and facts. And I mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, I know my daughters and my kids are beautiful. But I don't want that beautiful to turn to vain and thinking they all that, you know what I'm saying? They're too good for the world and too good for people, right? Because you're never that goddamn cute. Like you said, what's perfect? Ain't not a woman in this world perfect, nigga. Seriously. You feel me? There's not a damn man in this world perfect, ever.
No, because perfect's boring.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist because it's that boring. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Kayla?
Yeah, I was saying that I was also crying just because it's just I don't run into a lot of beautiful souls out here, and actually you really do have such a beautiful soul. Like everything that you said just really touched me, and it wasn't just because it made me feel good or anything. It's just because I felt everything, and I just believed you because I can just tell you're such a genuine soul, and your kids are just genuinely lucky to have you as their mother. So. Like, you're really a good role model.
You see how well I raised her? No, but
and
Ashley,
it's all on you, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's all about me, though. But for real though, like Ashley, you have to realize one thing, man. And this thing would never, ever, ever, should never make you feel, any certain way but this way. Mm-hmm. It's not the person's soul that we see right away, right? You have such a warm, welcoming ass smile, kiddo. You feel me?
Oh, I was looking over here at my wall. I was gonna try to find y'all a picture to just kind of drive home my point, but here, let me see. Sorry, Boo. I'm sorry.
Kill your friend.
I
almost, made a real interesting show. Check that out. Yeah, that's a good one. This one's funny, but you're making it. Yes. I don't care if I'm making I mean, that's my reality. I make faces in pictures. I was gonna say, also find your people. Like, I'm quirky, I'm loud, I'm unique. I've changed the words. I started out calling myself weird and too much or whatever. No, I changed it. I'm unique.
Oh, we're definitely weird, y'all. Look.
Oh yeah. We had names too for our mustaches.
Wow.
And I was sober. I will say that.
And this was her wedding day.
Go down. Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Really?
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at it. And pictures don't do justice to people. You feel me?
No.
They don't. Because, and I mean, like, I hope to God that if anything I can give back as a man in this world to women, I'm gonna tell you a secret. Let's talk about this a little bit. I'm gonna tell you. I told somebody I was gonna talk about this, but I knew I would get some backlash from the man for this, right? I'm gonna call a simp for a moment, right? But like again, I don't give a fuck what you say. First of all, you're not brave enough to say it in my face, so I know you're gonna say it behind my back. So let me just put it this way: women are literally God's gift to man, literally. Right?
Yes, sir.
So let me say it like this: when man say, "Girl, what you think?"
There you go.
When man say, "Girl, what you think you God's gift to man?" Absolutely fucked hard, because in the Bible it says that Adam was naming all the animals, right? And as I picture it, he's seeing the lion jump on the lioness. He see the monkeys jumping on the monkeys, and they doing their dizzle. He's like, "Well, I do not have that. What am I missing?" Right? And so God said, He said, "I want a companion." See, they put that word in there, companion, so it makes you feel like you guys are equal. But women bear everything in this world. Behind a strong woman lies a strong man. On the backbone of a woman, her family is fed and raised. It's all about the feminine gene, right? And man is just here because we can't give what you guys can give, and that's life. So you are a gift not only to man but to this world. Because without you, life do not thrive and goes on.
Yeah.
Right? All you have a lot of testosterone man running around here, booty fucking the next man. Because there's no women in this world. Think about that. You feel me? Like, that's because that's all we think about, right? But women think about how this family gonna get fed, how this kid's gonna get through school, right? How this man gonna make it to work without a lunch? You know what I'm saying? Without coffee in the morning. You feel me?
How you have to go get groceries.
Facts. So like seriously, it's just not about y'all looks, right? And that's because that's another programming, right? Because looks don't have nothing to do. So when that lights go out, we all darkies. You know what I mean? When we wake up in the morning, we all look like we got hit by a Mack truck. You know what I'm saying? We all our breath smell like ass when we wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So like that's not
Mine
what they
smells like roses. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I just feel like, and I've told my partner this before. I'm like, there's always going to be someone who's more beautiful or younger or smarter or whatever. But like, you can't compare to my heart.
No.
Absolutely
not.
You know what I mean? And like, I know that and I'm confident in that. And that's why I don't feel insecure about certain things, because I'm like, if you lose me, if you choose that over this, like I didn't lose, you did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool.
Man, this is a perfect opportunity to say this though. When you just said that, right? This is beautiful. This is, by the way, this is so beautiful. This conversation, you know what I'm saying? And I hope you guys, you don't fuck the subscribes, fuck the likes. Just listen to the whole show. You know what I'm saying? And like, because it's moments like this that makes me think about this. You know, I don't give a fuck no longer about how people look to me. I want to comment how you reciprocate the same love I give.
100%.
Period. I can give a damn if you like Quasimodo. I'm dead ass serious. I mean, like, because in my past, I used to look at women, right? I'm a big dude. But I said to myself, I'd be damned if I have a woman bigger than me. Hell, You out your damn mind? No, I was shadow. I was very judgmental. Man, you can call me anything you want to call me, and I was that, right? Because I looked with this and not with this and not with this.
Right.
Right? So when life is so full of mystery, and not just with people, not with the people we just love, but through life itself. Just look around us right now. You know what I'm saying? You look outside, there's trees, there's the air that you can't even see, but you depend on that bitch without even knowing, thinking that you depend on it. It's just there, it exists. And if it don't, your ass no longer exists. You feel me? So it's like so many things we take for granted, right? That we don't have because it's not, you know, that we can't see it, touch it, or feel it, or taste it, right? It's not there, but it's there, right? So to continue the conversation about what more we need to do to heal this world, right? We dealt with conversations, we came with love, being ourselves, being 100, right? We talk about that. Let's talk about something that's really needed, and everyone wants it. Everybody will die for it. Everybody will, you know, do whatever it takes to get it. It's LOVE, love. Mm-hmm. Love, and the Bible said love conquers all. And you guys know I'm not a biblical person. I read the Bible a lot of times, right? But what I have learned from it, that everybody wants love and everybody wants to be loved. And the ones that say
like biblically, biologically, spiritually, whateverly, I don't feel like we were meant to be alone. I don't feel like we were meant to be alone.
No, and you wouldn't. And the thing is, I learned about this a long time ago, and I met my wife now, right? And I said this. I learned this thing about twin flames, right? I don't know if anybody heard about this, but there's soulmates and then there's twin flames, right? So a soulmate is two spirits split. You know, that's one each of each soul. They go out, they come back, and they meet, and that's your twin. Your soulmate. But a twin flame is one spirit split in half, and each half go their own different ways, and they come in. They see each other in journeys in life. But they just don't have that opportunity to meet and see each other, right? But you when you start talking like, oh my God, I used to go to that same place and eat breakfast in the morning. You were ran in my daughter and my wife's daughter, my stepdaughter, both went to the same middle school together. They knew each other in middle school, but we didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So our person we met in life, literally before we met them in life. You feel me? So it's like, that's why I look at like, it takes that love, right, of those two souls or that one soul to prepare itself, right? So what happens when you come out the womb, you giving everything, right? But one thing that you had to learn was what true love is. Because your parents, what the kids always say, you have to love me. I'm your child. No, I don't. Once again, that's a choice, right? But
I say I'll always love you, but right now I don't like you.
Exactly, right? So if you think about these things, love is the most conquerous, and it's the most highest vibration on this land. If it says biblically, right? It says, if two or three gather in my name, that I'm in the midst. So three people showing unity brings the Creator in the midst of that. We can't even see this entity. We can't even touch him or feel him, but if three of us together, we can bring him in the midst of it. See how powerful love is? You see how powerful when people are generating and vibrating on the same frequency, how much you can fix and how much you can give back to this world? This is how we fix it, with love. We fix everything with love, right? When people are having bad days, fuck it. Hey, how you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? How you doing? Oh my, you look good today. Oh, look at you. Well, not in workplaces because they call that, see how the programming keep continuing. I had to tell you, you can see the programming as it is. When I say to a woman, hey, you look good today, she can take me to HR and I get fired for that shit. You see how the world is trying against this shit? You see how the world is trying to take something positive and it turn into a negative thing, right?
Or if it just makes you have to be more creative in how you do it.
Yes.
So instead of saying you look good today, I love your handwriting.
And look at this. What we just say, let's do what we said earlier. I am me. And I'm a huggy, right? I love you. I'm a outspoken person. So what you may took of anything it's your choice to choose. That's what I meant by that. But you know, if you know David, if I say, hey girl, look at you, flossing like Glossie, you know what I'm saying? Look at you looking all shiny today. I'm not coming on to you, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy married. I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not coming on to you. If you think that, then you need to fix what? Self, right? You need self.